You might have noticed over the past few weeks, certainly if you've gotten into crypto for the first time, why does the weekend always suck for crypto? Like, what is going on? Why the weekend? You know, stock market guys, they get to go home on a Friday night. They go to the bar in Manhattan and they're done for the weekend. The markets are closed. They get to enjoy their families. But crypto traders always are riding crazy, anxious weekends over the past couple of years. That's how it's been. Well, there are a couple reasons for this, like why exactly crypto goes crazy on the weekends. There's a number of reasons. I'm going to go through them right now. If you're new to the channel, please hit that little bell notification and subscribe to the channel. We cover the people's currency here on this show. We also do our live show every day at 9 a.m. Eastern time, so you don't want to miss that, where we cover the day's news in the crypto and financial markets. So on the weekends, there's just less trading. So one of the reasons for weekend crypto volatility is that there just are fewer trades happening. And basically, when the volume is low, the same trade size can move prices a lot more. So people aren't trading as much. And then when you have a whale that comes in and makes a big purchase on the weekend or dumps a lot of coins on the weekend, that moves the price. That moves the market. And also, we should remember that crypto, Bitcoin, only 12 years old. So this is a very young technology. It's a very young property, currency, whatever you want to call it. I call it property. Some call it currency. It's very young. And remember, not all of these coins have been minted yet. So price fluctuations like that can move markets substantially. That's when somebody like Elon Musk can get on the microphone and say something on Saturday Night Live and move a market about Dogecoin, or he can get on Twitter and make a comment, and it moves entire markets. That's way more difficult to do when you have the massive amounts of volume that you have with the stock market. Also, there's less trading simply because the banks are closed. So if you want to get money into your crypto wallets and start doing some trades, you're just not going to be able to. If you want to send a wire, you're probably not going to be able to do it until Monday morning. So overall, there's just less trading happening on the weekend. You'll also notice something interesting happening on Sunday nights. That's when a lot of the volume starts to come into the market. So around 8:30 or so at night, around 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night Eastern time is when you start to notice some real volume happening. That's because Asia is just starting to wake up and they're just starting to kickstart their week. So it's Monday in Asia. So typically on Sunday night, you get to see a rebound. Things start to get back to normal a little bit on Sunday nights. That's usually when we've seen Bitcoin settle down. That's when we've seen some of those altcoins settle down, is on Sunday night once Asia wakes up and some of that money starts pouring back into the system. Another big reason there's a lot of volatility on the weekends is trading on margin. So a lot of investors, when you have digital currency prices dipping below a certain level, traders often have to repay the loan that they took out if they're doing margin trades. Well, guess what? If they don't have the money in their accounts, they can't cover it because their banks are closed. Then you have investors not covering loans. Then you have exchanges maybe selling off the digital currency in order to cover that borrowed money that they didn't get back just yet. And so that's when you have banks closed over the weekend. Some traders are struggling to be able to pay off borrowed loans that they have. If they're doing some of these margin trades, when you're borrowing money from these exchanges, you've got some exchanges like Bybit and Binance and others that will let you do 10x leverage, 100x leverage that you're able to do on some of these margin trades. And over the weekend, if you don't have access to that money in order to pay this back, that's why margin trading is very risky. And it's risky for you. It's also risky for the exchanges, and they're not getting their money. You don't have the money because the banks are closed. And that's why we get these crazy undulations over the weekend. Could we see a time when regulators step in and say, no trading on the weekends? Is it possible? Would governments step in and say, halt trading? No more trading. If you want to do business in this country, if you want to set up an exchange like Coinbase or Bybit or one of those, you are not allowed to work after 5:30 p.m. on a Friday night, and you can open up again on Monday morning. Could we be moving to a market that's similar to the stock market? Another weekend problem is market manipulation. So this study in 2019 shows how Tether, which was a digital currency tied to the US dollar, may have artificially inflated Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies during the 2017 boom. But they don't know exactly to the extent to which it happens. There are a lot of studies that show that there is market manipulation. So is that something that's happening on the weekend? One theory points to the so-called spoofing idea involving fake buys or sell orders to influence cryptocurrency prices by creating a false sense of supply and demand. Some think that this happens more during the week, causing digital currency prices to rise. But this theory might only be speculation according to this study. Other experts say there are mixed views on those practices, others saying that they don't see this market manipulation. But nevertheless, we certainly see whales moving the markets. We see a lot of FUD coming out of China that's moved the markets. There definitely has been market manipulation. I think suffice it to say, there's been enough evidence now of market manipulation, and that has definitely moved the markets, specifically over the weekend. One big area of problem, though, is going to be these ETFs, these crypto ETFs, these exchange-traded funds. Now, if you've ever owned an ETF, you know you do it on Wall Street and you do it during trading hours. Well, how is that going to work as a crypto ETF when you can't do any of those trades, but crypto is still open on Saturday and Sunday, but the market for the ETF is actually closed? What if you want to sell your ETF because there's so much volatility and you're nervous about it? You can't do anything. You can't touch it until Monday. You know, what happens if suddenly the market in crypto dumps like 20% and you want out? Like, you want out, but you can't because you're in an ETF. You're in an exchange-traded fund that doesn't open until Monday on Wall Street. That's a problem. And that, my friends, is why the Security and Exchange Commission is considering more regulations, tighter standards for cryptocurrency trades. Could we be seeing crypto trades halted all over the weekend and only allowed, again, ending on Friday at 5:30 as a closing bell and starting up at 9:30 a.m. Monday morning at the opening bell? Will we see tighter regulation that mirrors the stock market? Let me know in the comments below. We'll see you next time, everyone.